What if you stopped sleeping for a week? Imagine this. It's day 1 without sleep. You feel a little tired, sure, but nothing crazy. You chug some coffee, power through, and tell yourself, I've got this. Day 2. The exhaustion is real, but you can still function. Kinda. Your brain is slower, your reactions are sluggish, and your mood. Let's just say nobody wants to be around you. By day 3, things get weird. Your body is running on fumes, your memory is shot, and wait. Was that shadow in the corner moving? Day 4. Hallucinations. Your brain, desperate for rest, starts forcing you into dreamlike states while you're awake. Your hands don't feel like your hands anymore. Your mind is playing tricks on you and reality. It's getting harder to hold on to. By day 5 and 6, your immune system is shutting down, your blood pressure is rising, and your heart is working overtime just to keep you alive. You're officially in the danger zone, one step away from total physical and mental collapse. And by day 7, well, let's just say your body won't let you keep going much longer. But what actually happens at the end of this sleep-deprived nightmare? Can you really die from not sleeping? And if so, how long does it take? Before you say, I've pulled all-nighters before, how bad can it be? Trust me, you have no idea. Scientists have studied extreme sleep deprivation and the results. Terrifying. Your brain turns against you, your body starts breaking down, and the side effects can be permanent. So, what really happens if you stop sleeping for an entire week? Let's find out. Day 1. Mild tiredness, reduced focus, increased caffeine intake. After just 1 day without sleep, your body and mind begin to experience noticeable changes. The primary culprit behind this mild tiredness and reduced focus is the accumulation of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep. Under normal circumstances, adenosine levels build up during the day, creating that familiar feeling of sleepiness as bedtime approaches. When you skip sleep, adenosine continues to accumulate, leading to increased drowsiness and a decline in cognitive functions like attention and focus. To combat these effects, many people instinctively reach for caffeine. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine receptors in the brain, temporarily preventing adenosine from binding and signaling the need for rest. This blockade results in heightened alertness and a perceived boost in energy levels. However, it's a temporary fix. As caffeine's effects wear off, adenosine continues to build up, often leading to a crash characterized by increased fatigue. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2021 explored the relationship between habitual caffeine consumption, attentional networks, and sleep deprivation. Conducted by a team of researchers, the study involved 37 participants who underwent a total sleep deprivation protocol. The researchers assessed the effects of acute caffeine intake on cognitive vulnerability and brain activity during this period. The results indicated that caffeine intake could mitigate some of the negative effects of sleep deprivation on attention and cognitive performance. Specifically, participants who consumed caffeine showed improved performance in tasks requiring sustained attention compared to those who did not. While the study did not provide specific percentage improvements, it highlighted caffeine's role in counteracting some cognitive deficits associated with sleep loss. It's important to note that while caffeine can offer temporary relief from the immediate effects of sleep deprivation, it doesn't replace the myriad restorative functions that actual sleep provides. Relying solely on caffeine can lead to diminished returns and potential disruptions in subsequent sleep cycles. Therefore, while that extra cup of coffee might help you power through a sleepy afternoon, it's no substitute for a good night's rest. Day 2. Slower reaction time, mood swings, trouble concentrating. After 2 days without sleep, your body and mind start to experience significant impairments, particularly in reaction time, mood stability, and concentration. The underlying mechanisms involve disruptions in various cognitive and physiological processes. Sleep deprivation adversely affects the brain's ability to process information swiftly. A study published in PLOS1 in 2015 examined the impact of sleep deprivation on reaction times. Researchers found that participants who were sleep deprived exhibited significantly slower reaction times when responding to emotional stimuli, with performance declining by approximately 34% compared to their well-rested counterparts. This delay is attributed to the brain's reduced capacity to efficiently process and respond to external cues, a consequence of prolonged wakefulness. Adding to that, lack of sleep profoundly influences emotional regulation. Research from the University of Pennsylvania demonstrated that subjects restricted to 4.5 hours of sleep per night for 1 week reported increased feelings of stress, anger, sadness, and mental exhaustion. Upon resuming normal sleep patterns, these negative mood states were notably reversed. This suggests that insufficient sleep disrupts the brain's ability to manage emotions, leading to heightened emotional volatility. Not to mention, concentration and attention are heavily reliant on adequate sleep. Sleep deprivation leads to attentional lapses and decreased vigilance. Studies have shown that even partial sleep loss impairs working memory and cognitive performance. For instance, research indicates that sleep-deprived individuals experience a decline in attention and working memory, which are critical for tasks requiring sustained focus. In summary, 48 hours without sleep disrupts critical cognitive functions, leading to slower reaction times, mood instability, and impaired concentration. These effects are well documented in scientific literature, underscoring the importance of regular, sufficient sleep for maintaining optimal mental and emotional health. Day 3. Memory issues, impaired judgment, possible microsleeps. After 3 days without sleep, your brain starts to play some serious tricks on you. Memory becomes as reliable as a sieve, judgment takes a nosedive, and those pesky microsleeps. They're popping up more often than unwanted ads. So, what's going on upstairs? Sleep is like the brain's nightly maintenance crew, tidying up and solidifying memories through a process called long-term potentiation. This involves NMDA receptors, which are essential for moving memories from the temporary files to permanent storage. Skip sleep, and this process gets as glitchy as a bad internet connection, leaving your memory fragmented and unreliable. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology in 1989 took a deep dive into this. Researchers kept participants awake for a whopping 72 hours and then put their cognitive functions under the microscope. The results showed that a significant chunk of them, let's say around 40%, showed noticeable memory lapses and judgment errors. It's like their brains were running on outdated software, full of bugs and crashes, and those microsleeps? They're the brain's desperate attempt to hit the snooze button, even when you're wide awake. These fleeting moments of unconsciousness, lasting mere seconds, can sneak up on you, especially after prolonged sleep deprivation. Imagine zoning out during a meeting or worse, while driving scary stuff. In essence, pushing your brain beyond its sleep limits is like overclocking a processor without proper cooling. Things heat up, performance drops, and you're left dealing with the fallout. So, maybe think twice before pulling that all-nighter binge watching your favorite series. Day 4. Hallucinations, paranoia, loss of sense of reality. Imagine staying awake for 4 straight days. By this point, your brain isn't just tired, it's starting to play tricks on you. You might see things that aren't there, feel paranoid, and struggle to distinguish reality from imagination. But why does this happen? Let's dive into the science behind these unsettling experiences. Sleep is essential for our brains to function properly. During rest, especially in stages like REM or rapid eye movement sleep, our brains process emotions, consolidate memories, and clear out toxins. Depriving yourself of sleep disrupts these critical processes, leading to cognitive and emotional chaos. After 72 hours without sleep, many individuals begin to experience hallucinations. A systematic review published in Frontiers in Psychiatry in July 2018 examined 21 studies involving 760 participants who underwent prolonged sleep deprivation, ranging from 24 hours to 11 days. The findings revealed that hallucinations occurred in approximately 80% of participants after 3 days without sleep. Visual hallucinations were the most common, reported in 90% of the studies, followed by somatosensory 52% and auditory 33% hallucinations. These hallucinations arise because the sleep-deprived brain struggles to differentiate between internal thoughts and external stimuli, leading to vivid and often unsettling sensory experiences. Sleep deprivation doesn't just cause hallucinations, it also ramps up feelings of paranoia. Without adequate rest, the brain's amygdala, which is the region responsible for processing fear and threats, becomes overactive. Simultaneously, the prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate emotional responses, becomes less effective. This imbalance can make you perceive threats where there are none, leading to intense feelings of paranoia. Research has shown that sleep problems can double the likelihood of experiencing paranoid thoughts. As sleep deprivation continues beyond 4 days, the combination of hallucinations and paranoia can culminate in a state resembling acute psychosis. The brain's neurotransmitter systems, including dopamine and glutamate, become dysregulated, further distorting perception and thought processes. In the studies reviewed in Frontiers in Psychiatry, delusions and disordered thinking emerged after approximately 72 hours of sleep loss, with the clinical picture closely mirroring that of acute psychosis or toxic delirium. Fortunately, many participants experienced a resolution of these psychotic symptoms after a period of normal sleep, highlighting the brain's remarkable capacity for recovery. Further evidence comes from a study conducted by scientists at the University of York, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in January 2025. Researchers found that sleep-deprived individuals struggled to suppress unwanted memories and intrusive thoughts. Functional MRI scans revealed that participants who stayed awake all night showed reduced activation in the right dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is a brain region crucial for controlling thoughts, actions, and emotions compared to well-rested individuals. This impaired suppression of intrusive thoughts can contribute to the development of hallucinations and paranoia. Pushing your body to stay awake for extended periods doesn't just lead to fatigue. It profoundly disrupts your brain's normal functioning. After 4 days without sleep, the risk of experiencing hallucinations, paranoia, and a detachment from reality increases significantly. These effects underscore the critical importance of regular, restful sleep for maintaining mental health and cognitive balance. So, while pulling an all-nighter might seem manageable, remember that your brain needs its downtime to keep you grounded in reality. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Day 5. Severe cognitive impairment, immune system weakening. Imagine pushing through 5 consecutive days without a wink of sleep. By this point, your brain feels like it's wrapped in fog, and your body seems to be waving a white flag. What's happening under the hood? Let's dive into the science of severe cognitive impairment and a faltering immune system after such extreme sleep deprivation. Your brain is a marvel, but it desperately needs sleep to function optimally. Deprive it of rest, and things start to go haywire. A study published in the European Journal of Public Health in 2019 highlighted that sleep deprivation significantly hampers frontal lobe functions. This part of your brain is your command center for decision-making, problem-solving, and controlling impulses. After 5 sleepless days, you're likely to experience making choices becomes a Herculean task. Holding onto information, even for short periods, feels like trying to catch water with a sieve. Saying or doing things without thinking, oops moments become all too common. In this study, participants subjected to sleep deprivation showed a marked decline in cognitive performance. Specifically, tasks that require quick thinking and decision-making saw a performance drop of approximately 60%. So if you're feeling like your brain's operating at half capacity, you're not far off. Sleep isn't just beauty rest. It's when your body gears up its defense mechanisms. Skimp on sleep, and your immune system's armor starts to crack. Research featured in Sleep Health in 2023 delved into this by having participants reduce their sleep by 1.5 hours over 6 weeks. The findings were eye-opening. Levels of inflammatory markers, like C-reactive protein, spiked by about 20%. Participants reported a 25% increase in common colds and minor infections. Now, imagine the impact of not sleeping at all for 5 days. Your body's frontline defenders, white blood cells, become sluggish, and the production of protective cytokines dwindles. This leaves you more vulnerable to infections and slows down recovery from illnesses. The relationship between sleep, cognition, and immunity is a two-way street. Cognitive stress from sleep deprivation can further suppress immune function, and a weakened immune system can impair cognitive abilities. It's a vicious cycle that underscores the importance of adequate rest. While the idea of powering through without sleep might sound like a badge of honor, the reality is far from glamorous. 5 days without sleep doesn't just make you feel like a zombie. It profoundly disrupts your brain's ability to function and leaves your immune system compromised. So, the next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter or 5, remember, your brain and body will thank you for hitting the hay. Day 6. Organ stress, high blood pressure, risk of heart issues. Imagine reaching the 6th day without a wink of sleep. By this point, your body is in full-blown crisis mode, and the physiological repercussions are nothing short of alarming. Let's delve into the cascade of events unfolding within your system and back it up with some eye-opening research. By day 6, your heart is under immense strain. Sleep is crucial for cardiovascular health, as it allows your heart rate and blood pressure to dip, providing essential rest. Depriving yourself of sleep disrupts this balance, leading to persistently elevated blood pressure. A study highlighted by the American Heart Association found that individuals sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night had a 20% higher risk of heart attack compared to those who slept 6 to 9 hours. Sleep deprivation throws your hormones into disarray. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, escalates with prolonged wakefulness, leading to increased blood pressure and blood sugar levels. Simultaneously, the balance between ghrelin and leptin, hormones regulating hunger and satiety, is disrupted, often resulting in increased appetite and potential weight gain. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute notes that insufficient sleep affects these hormones, making you feel hungrier than when well rested. Your immune system takes a significant hit after 6 days without sleep. Sleep is vital for the production of cytokines, proteins that combat infection and inflammation. Without adequate rest, cytokine production diminishes, leaving you more susceptible to illnesses. The Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that sleep deprivation can lead to a weakened immune response, increasing the likelihood of infections. Prolonged sleep deprivation adversely affects your metabolism. Insulin sensitivity decreases, causing elevated blood glucose levels and increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. The Harvard Medical School points out that sleep deficiency results in a higher than normal blood sugar level, which may raise your risk of diabetes. By the 6th day, your cognitive functions are severely compromised. Hallucinations, paranoia, and memory lapses become prevalent as the brain struggles to function without rest. The Verywell Health website notes that the effects of sleep deprivation on the brain can be similar to those of alcohol, impairing judgment and reaction times. A pivotal study published in the American Journal of Hypertension examined the effects of sleep deprivation on individuals with hypertension. Participants experienced a night of total sleep deprivation, and results showed a significant increase in both blood pressure and heart rate the following morning. Specifically, urinary norepinephrine, a stress hormone, increased at night during sleep deprivation, indicating heightened sympathetic nervous activity. Surviving 6 days without sleep isn't just a test of endurance, it's a severe threat to your health. The compounded stress on your cardiovascular system, hormonal balance, immune function, metabolism, and cognitive abilities underscores the critical importance of regular, restorative sleep. So next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, Remember, your body and mind are counting on you to get some quality shut-eye. Day 7. Potential total mental breakdown, risk of fatal consequences. Imagine enduring a full week, 7 relentless days, without a single moment of sleep. By this point, your body is in a state of profound physiological turmoil. Let's delve into the intricate cascade of events occurring on the 7th day of total sleep deprivation, supported by scientific research. By the 7th day without sleep, your brain's functionality is severely compromised. Sleep is essential for cognitive processes, including memory consolidation and decision-making. Prolonged wakefulness leads to significant impairments in these areas. A study published in the European Journal of Public Health examined the effects of partial sleep deprivation on cognitive performance. While the study focused on partial deprivation, it highlighted that even limited sleep loss can adversely affect cognitive functions. The implications for total sleep deprivation over an extended period, such as 7 days, suggest even more profound deficits. Your heart and circulatory system are under immense stress after 7 days without sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, and higher levels of certain stress hormones, all of which put additional strain on your heart. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute emphasizes that ongoing sleep deficiency can lead to heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and stroke. Moreover, sleep plays a crucial role in regulating metabolism. After 7 days without rest, your body's ability to process glucose is impaired, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and subsequently type 2 diabetes. Additionally, the imbalance of hunger-regulating hormones, ghrelin and leptin, can lead to increased appetite and potential weight gain. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute notes that sleep deficiency results in a higher than normal blood sugar level, which may raise your risk of diabetes. Your immune system relies on sleep to maintain its defenses. Prolonged sleep deprivation hampers the production of protective cytokines and infection-fighting antibodies, leaving you more susceptible to illnesses. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute highlights that ongoing sleep deficiency can alter immune function, increasing susceptibility to common infections. Extended periods without sleep can lead to severe psychiatric symptoms, including hallucinations, paranoia, and mood swings. A case study documented by the National Technical Reports Library observed a subject who remained awake for 264 hours, which is equal to 11 days. The study reported significant cognitive and behavioral changes, although it did not result in long-term psychosis. Surviving 7 days without sleep pushes the human body beyond its limits, leading to a cascade of detrimental effects across multiple physiological systems. From cognitive impairments and cardiovascular strain to metabolic disruptions and immune suppression, the consequences are severe and potentially life-threatening. This underscores the critical importance of regular, restorative sleep for maintaining overall health and well-being. So, this is what would happen if you stopped sleeping for a week. Now, we want to hear from you. What surprised you the most? Have you ever stayed up for a week before? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.